Hello, good morning and welcome to the University of Bedfordshire for this National Futsal Series Women's League Cup encounter. It's the final game in Group B of the Women's League Cup, and still up for grabs is top spot in this group as Bedford host Derby. Well, good to be back this weekend then, and looking forward to getting the weekend off and underway in the National Futsal Series. Bedford up against Derby here this morning to get the weekend's live action underway, and I'll run you through how the two teams line up then. So for Bedford, they have their starting goalkeeper Laura Beaver between the sticks in net, then Emma Gladman, Rachel Mumford, Megan Reid and Brooke Hudson make up the rest of the starting lineup. On the substitutes bench to begin with, for Carl Tappin's side are Fran Henson, Amy Magnus, Emily Wall, Ada Henson, Jasmine Spence and Sophie Mollett. As for Derby, led by Matt Hardy, of course, they have Caitlin Forrester in goal, Olivia Fox, Ellis Cullen, who actually scored a hat-trick the last time these two teams met. Alana Cunningham and Hannah Barber are the starting five. Then on the substitutes bench, Jodie Hill, Macy White, Ella Brennan, Jess Smithhurst, Fran Critchley-Watson, Emma Gittins and Stella Bredgard. Your two referees for this one are Rhys Casey and Carl Redding. The University of Bedfordshire, the venue for this game this morning. Bedford, of course, in the red and Derby in their regular white and black. It's a clash between the top teams in the respective regions of the Tier 2 of the Women's National Futsal Series. Bedford at the top of Tier 2 South, and Derby, albeit at the moment second, are the favourites to move to the top as they are 2 points behind, but still remain the only team unbeaten in the Tier 2 North and have a game in hand on current leaders Manchester. So we are ready to begin then, on the sound of the referee's whistle, and this one will get underway and off to its beginning. So Bedford playing from left to right as we look at things in this first half, but immediately they've given the ball away, and Derby there with a very early shot on goal, and it just drags wide. Derby coming to this game knowing that if they avoid defeat, then they will top this Group B. Bedford, on the other hand, looking for a 5-goal swing by way of goal difference to do that. Derby won the reverse fixture, these two teams having already met once this campaign. 8-5 was the final score in favour of today's visitors when they were the hosting team earlier this campaign. That game actually Bedford's only loss of the season so far in all competitions, so both teams very much used to winning. There can only be one winner here today. Bedford with the ball at the moment. Pressure applied by the Derby number 3 there, Olivia Fox, and it's out for the Bedford kicking. Cullen, they're just exchanging passes with goalkeeper Forrester. It's a long diagonal ball played through here to Cullen. And it's a good save with the feet by the Bedford keeper Beaver. Lovely pick out though, wasn't it, on the long diagonal pass. Right into the path of the onrushing Ellis Cullen, who received the ball there from the resultant kick-in, but it's straight back from where it came. It's a Bedford ball. There into the feet of Alana Cunningham, the Derby number 7. Five goals so far this season in all competitions for Cunningham. Ella Brennan is the Derby top goal scorer, but she starts this one amongst the substitutes, ready to be unleashed from the Derby bench, I'm sure, as the game goes on. Derby possession. Long ball forward again, is searching in behind. Barber into a dangerous area, and the referee on the far side blows the whistle for the foul on the goalkeeper. So restart from the deck, and it's the game's first foul. Free kick taken short. Can't, of course, go back to the goalkeeper now. And Bedford just playing themselves into a little bit of trouble there. A little bit risky in their own third of the court. Long distribution then forwards, but it's all the way through to the opposite goalkeeper and Hayden Forrester, who here has it once more. This game this weekend in the National Futsal Series, particularly the women's side of things, of course, very much off the back of the announcement of the England women's national team being formed. Great to see for all involved. It gives so many opportunities to so many players across the National Futsal Series and further afield as well to try and stake a claim in that squad. Derby here winning the ball with Cullen. It's a long-range strike there from Cunningham. Just palmed up and then collected by Beaver, though. Relatively even start. Derby will probably feel that they've just edged things so far. Had that early chance within the first 15 seconds, and it's a shot on goal there, which isn't too far wide. Cunningham's sweeping effort, just curling away, though. Not able to test Beaver that time, but I think Derby will be just as slightly happier of the two teams at this stage. Still very early stages, of course. Here's Hudson. He's tried to use the sole of the foot there to roll the ball away from the nearest Derby defender. Poor throw out that time, and Derby have it back. Fox searching ball over the top, but it was wayward of Megan Reid. Megan Reid, the Bedford player who was closest to, I beg your pardon. Indeed, the home team have the ball back, but again, struggling to make inroads into the Derby defence. Haven't really seen Bedford threaten in the attacking half of the court so far. Both teams still just getting a sense of the game and just feeling each other out a little bit in these opening minutes. Bedford coming forward there, but it was a cross-come shot in the end that again drags just wide of that back stick. Not dissimilar to a couple of moments that Derby have had in the opposite half of the court. Bedford pressing high, but Derby playing through that press and doing so brilliantly. Here's Cunningham now, but just slipped at the crucial moment, and into the goalkeeper it went. Good challenge. Derby win it back in a good area. Smithhurst on the court for the visitors, as Cunningham's going to be replaced as well. First few changes being made as we approach nearly 4 playing minutes gone. Ella Brennan, the Derby top goal scorer, who really took the limelight in a game against Manchester, which was live on TNT Sports a couple of months ago now. There was the shot as well, Brennan. It's just against the outside of the woodwork, I think, on its way out. It will be a goal clearance, but almost an immediate impact from the Derby number 9, and certainly one to keep an eye on. Somebody that Bedford will know all about and will have to deal with if they are to succeed in today's game. taken there by Cullen under pressure, as both teams have been pressing high into the attacking halves. Certainly no sign of either team sitting back in a half-court defence so far. Very much both going at it. Good tackle again, which is applauded by the Derby bench, and they might be in here. Derby rounding the goalkeeper, who was actually just outside the penalty area, but the crucial touch takes it behind for the corner. Probably the closest that either team have come so far, though, without really getting a proper shot away at goal. Still will go down as the game's best chance so far in the opening 5 minutes. Derby take the resulting corner. Here's Brennan, trying to weave a way through. On the turn now, Smithhurst, but Beaver able to pass. Looks a foul, and indeed the referee on the far side obliges in awarding the free kick. No questions asked there, really, by the Derby number 2, Macy White, who gave that free kick away. Takes Derby on to 2 fouls in 5 minutes played. First of which was the foul on the goalkeeper, wasn't it? And the second just there. Brennan. Just towed out of the path of Ellis Cullen there. It's collected by Jasmine Spence for Bedford. And it will be Spence to take the Bedford kick in as well. Brennan just stretching for that, but unable to really control how she would have wanted. Harder Henson, then swept forward by Spence into the chest of Brooke Hudson. Doesn't amount to anything in the end for Bedford, but it's a bit of a better sign. Just a few loose passes going astray so far. Haven't really seen sustained periods of possession for either of the two outfits. That Bedford now growing into the game, though, but that might open up opportunities for Derby to thrive on the counter-attack. Here's Spence. Again, wayward of the intended destination, but it was another more promising moment for the home team. That's a loose pass which has presented the chance straight there for Henson. It's a good opportunity, that. Just unable to direct the effort on target, but it's a warning sign, isn't it, for Derby in giving the ball away. Not the area of the court that they can afford to be giving possession away so cheaply. They've worked it much better that time. Still they have possession here in the second phase, Derby. Cullen ends up back with Forrester. Still very transitional in these mid-court areas, but Derby seem to be winning about 60%, I would say, of those individual duels in the middle of the court, and it's probably just the reason why they're edging it so far. I think the stats would probably suggest that more of those battles in the middle of the court have gone their way. Smithhurst, I don't think it was meant back for Forrester, but it ended up her way. Again, a little bit loose. It could have been far more problematic than it turned out. Henson, good ball through, and was just stretching there, Amy Magnus. just maybe a little bit too far ahead of where she would have liked it, but again, it's another chance that under the pressure from the 4-second count there, just forced to go long. Proves to be more of a reset than anything else in the end. Short from Forrester. Derby again setting up there with two players at the back of the court and then one dropping into a more central role. It was Fox that time, offering as the middle option. Just across the blue line. Give and go in search of the return ball back there to Smithhurst. Again, nice idea, just as Smithhurst loses a shin pad and just ensures that's placed back in, but just not quite happening for either team at this stage. But on the other hand, they will probably both be relatively content with how they've restricted the opportunities that the other has been able to create. And that's applauded by the Derby bench as well for the forcing of the error and therefore winning the ball back. Sometimes the way, isn't it? You don't actually need to make a tackle or disrupt the opposition in that sort of a manner to win the ball back like that. Force the error and you'll get it back that way. Reed. Nice idea with the roll back there from Hudson. It might still break through here favourably for Bedford, but Derby in the end do enough. The visitors have the ball. Fox. Loose pass from Brennan. Here's Hudson. Just bounced away from her though. Still goalless then here at the University of Bedfordshire. Your live viewing today in the National Futsal Series, this Women's League Cup Group B game, the final game in the group stage of Group B. Pass in court, but the referees are happy with the challenge. It's a good recovery actually by the Bedford number 7. Mumford it was who actually took that kick in to begin with. Then after the decision to allow the play to continue, she was the most alert, getting back and making the sliding block. Good recovery. Brennan gets the kick in. Derby have the set piece over on the far side. Distribution that time not quite on point. Stab forward, but Brennan controls nicely. The opportunity on goal, it's pretty straightforward though really for Beaver. Looking to kickstart the Bedford counter-attack down the other way, but it might be a transition on that initial counter. Here Derby coming forward and with numbers. It's a good chance, but a good save too. Beaver with the outstretched leg to deny Fox. Just maybe a little bit vulnerable there though, Bedford, as they came forward themselves and left gaps and space open at the back when having lost the ball. Another Derby set play. Brennan getting the shot away, but it was not where she wanted it. We will, of course, be live with you on the National Futsal Series YouTube channel again tomorrow. 3 games to bring you tomorrow in the men's side of things. The Bolton versus Manchester double-header to bring you to begin with as the B teams and first teams go head-to-head, and then later on at 4:20 tomorrow we'll have Birmingham WLV against Team Sunderland. in the Tier 2 North. The chance here for Derby, bearing down on goal, but it's a good save again from Beaver, who again wins that individual duel with Fox. That's twice now in probably a matter of as many minutes that Fox has been denied by Beaver. And the Bedford goalkeeper standing firm. That's the best chance of the game. Just didn't quite place the finish how she needed to there, Olivia Fox, but take nothing away from the save from Beaver, who stood tall and ensured that she stood firm to it. Equal to the effort, and it stays 0-0. Hudson under the challenge from behind and able to control. There's Mumford. Trying to find Hudson. Nearly midway through this first half now. Still Bedford 0, Derby 0. Best chance of the game though, that one that we've just seen a couple of minutes ago. Olivia Fox, one-on-one with Beaver. Couldn't quite find the finish. Derby coming forward again. Here's another good chance from close range. You can tell from the reaction there from Hannah Barber, she knows just how good an opportunity that actually was. Really close in, wasn't she? Maybe just couldn't quite get the ball out of her feet. And the pressure there in the aftermath, Barber. That's two good Derby chances now, which have come and gone. Kicking looks set to be set short. Left on the line in actual fact as Mullet stepped onto it, but it was blocked in close proximity. Derby away again, now down the other end. It's a really good tackle. Again, it was Rachel Mumford who we saw make that sliding recovery earlier on in the half, and very much the same story there. Great defending. Into the second quarter of the game, still goalless, but Derby threatening again, and it's against the woodwork off the outside of the far post. Beginning to create chances with better frequency now, aren't they, Derby? Hannah Barber's had a couple in 2 or 3 minutes, and that time with the goalkeeper beaten. I don't think she would have got to that one, Beaver. Woodwork coming though to Bedford's rescue. The challenge from the backtracking Brennan. Taken relatively quickly there for Bedford, up to Magnus. Tackle again though, but then a loose control. Bedford are able to sweep it back to their goalkeeper Beaver, who seem to slightly rush things. Derby have it once more, Brennan. Good challenge in Derby ball. It's being played at a good pace, a good tempo, with a good intensity to the game as well. Probably dictated by the fact that, as I highlighted earlier, both teams pressing high. It's another save for the goalkeeper. The rebound there again though for Brennan. In the aftermath it's far too high, but it's another chance on goal for Hannah Barber, who's beginning to really test Beaver now. Derby certainly the team who are knocking on the door. Back to the goalkeeper, where it can't go back to the goalkeeper. And it will be an indirect free kick on the edge of the penalty area. So here Bedford presented a good opportunity. Let's see if they can make it count. Just in discussion, two of the Bedford players. Emma Gladman it is with her foot closest to the ball, sets it short. It's a save for Forrester there to deny the powerful strike of Jasmine Spence. Bedford corner then after that. Forrester stop. Back to Spence again, and forward once more to the original corner taker. He's worked this nicely, but it's a good block from Cunningham. And in the way of the effort from Gladman. Matt Hardy there just calling out the orders from the Derby bench as Spence again threatens to work the shooting opportunity. Spence, lovely ball through to Henson. Outnumbered though, there were 3 white shirts around her. Spence again with the ball back, but not quite on point with the longer pass forward that time. Still locked at 0-0. That's a bit of a heavy touch, which might present the chance to Bedford. Get away with one there to Derby. Not the best of controls from Fox that time. On the turn, it was a bit of a snapshot, but worth an effort. Fox, as we've already seen, not afraid to take aim. Derby just trying to wrestle back control of the game, the control that they really lost when they gave away the indirect free kick for the unforced error with the back pass to the goalkeeper. It's just interesting, isn't it? Because in the minutes that have followed, Bedford have been on top. Big chance for Emma Gittins. Still, Beaver keeps her first half clean sheet here intact, at least for the time being. Referee begins the 4-second count. Not many obvious options. Derby have to try to improvise. Good tackle. 2 number 11s there coming together. Barber with the toe in to win the ball away from her opposite number. Bedford on the attack now. It's going to be a corner after a little bit of hesitation from the referee on the far side, but Bedford rightly get the set piece. Here's Gittins. Spence runs into only Fox. Will be another corner. Spence finding the long diagonal pass, and good vision to see that one as well. Very nearly able to pick the pass that she wanted. Just took a deflection on its way through. The goalkeeper forced to make the stop from the corner then. Nice footwork as Bedford are allowed to advance. Wide right, but breaks back at the second time of asking. Still there here for Bedford if they can work a shooting opportunity. In the end, it's a snapshot from Gladman. Goes out for the goal clearance. Elsewhere later today in the Women's National Futsal Series, when Genesis will face Cambridge. Southampton are up against Hartbury. Bootham face Bolton. And Birmingham will host Warrington. London high bag on the ball that time as the prior on-deck ball was cut out. No look either with the aerial pass. Six minutes of playing time left until the midway point. I think really in terms of the game so far, both teams and coaches will be relatively happy with how things have gone, or content. Both teams have had chances. Derby granted the better of them, but Bedford have had their moments as well. Well, we get a breakthrough goal before half-time, and sometimes it's the way, isn't it, that you can wait so long for the opening goal, and then before you know it, they come like buses and get 2 or 3 in quick succession. Maybe that will be the case before half-time here. Let's hope so. Derby now back with everybody behind the ball, but able to win it now are the team in white. It's out for the kick-in. Mumford here to take the deep-lying Bedford set play. Smithhurst. Good ball through, good chance again. On the volley, it was difficult to direct, but it was a nice pick out and it would have been a brilliant assist. Fox with another sighting. Here's Hudson. Bedford at times have tried to play into Hudson as a focal point of attack, the Bedford pivot in this system. Really getting the success that they want from that though. Again, it's another sliding tackle. Needed to be timed really well. Again, it was Mumford who has been so good with timing those right at the back of the court. It's 3 now, isn't it? Defensive interventions, important defensive tackles like that. Brennan dispossessed again by Mumford. Gets it back though, the Derby number 9, before presenting it straight back to break for Mumford again. She's lost the ball that time. It's a bit to and fro in the middle of the court, and both teams again just a little bit sloppy in not maintaining possession once they've won it from the opposition. Plenty of overturns in the game. Just like that one, sometimes giving the ball away. Here's a chance for Bedford, Mumford! And it's a good stop from Forrester. Hudson it was, I beg your pardon, throw on goal there. Mumford taking the follow-up kick in and Again, it's a good recovery. She, guess what, is down on the deck sliding in again. Brooke Hudson it was there, denied by Forrester. Bedford's best chance. It was kind of presented to them, wasn't it, really, rather than having been created, but they won't mind about that if they'd have taken it. Derby can't afford too many more errors in possession like that. So just the 2 fouls in the half, incidentally, both of those coming inside the first 5 minutes. Free kicks for Bedford, but we haven't seen any infringements to add to the foul count since. You will see the kick get overturned there, though, because it wasn't taken from the correct line. Seems to be overturned back the other way. 2 unforced errors as Bedford get their kicking back. Just goes to underline some of the sloppiness, though, in this first half. Throw out from the goalkeeper, but straight through to Beaver in the Bedford net. Just teasing the Derby defence there and faking to shoot with Sophie Mullett. Good pass though from Mumford. As Derby make their latest change. Loose ball presented to Mumford again. It's the final 3 minutes of the first half. Here's Brennan. Can go back to the goalkeeper that time. Here's Forrester then. Hudson, the free kick's given by the referee on the far side, which is interesting because there was a very clear wave away of a signal for play on by the near side referee, who you would imagine would have the call from that, given it was right beneath his nose, but the first official on the far side taking charge, and the follow-up free kick might cause problems. It's ultimately not come to anything for Bedford. Again, the heat just rising a little bit, and it's another free kick. Moves Derby now onto 4 fouls, and that just goes to show how quickly they can tot up. A little bit wasteful, that one, in truth. Too far out, really, to score from there, you feel. Header on, the ball's kept in play, but Bedford have it now with Hudson. She's giving it back to Brennan. Derby get the kick in. Forrester. 2v2 here for Derby at the back of the court. Just wonder if that could be a trigger for Bedford to step up the pressure a little bit and try to win the ball back with a greater intensity. Once the goalkeeper's being used, as she was there with the pass out, of course then can't go back to the goalkeeper, as we've already seen once in this half for Derby. I just wonder whether Bedford could see that as an opportunity to be a little bit more adventurous in their press, which has understandably dropped off a little bit as the half's gone on. going long that time and seeing if that will lead to anything better for Derby. Wasn't far wide, was it, as Bedford make a full line change here to change the whole of the on-court quartet. Game's allowed to continue. Referee going to indicate for a rolling foul, I think, as it's added on there, the foul against Bedford, but if it's for the push on the Derby player who was at the back of the court in the fixed position, then I think Derby would have definitely preferred the free kick. So there wasn't much of an advantage, if that's what it was for. "70 seconds until half-time. Good tackle, and Spence with the shot on goal. Again, Derby just playing themselves into a little bit of trouble. Let's see if Bedford can get on the scoreboard here and make use of this corner. Two waiting for it, back to Spence. And then a good block from Smithhurst. Shot to goal is pretty simple though, really, for Forrester. Managed to hold on to it at the second time of asking, but needed more than that really to beat the goalkeeper. Forward, up to Spence. Just brushed it goal bound, not the purest of contacts, but it was a really good run to open up the shooting opportunity. Difficult angle. 3-2 here for Bedford if they work that one right. Just rushing the shot a little bit. Amy Magnus, who is actually Bedford's top goal scorer in all competitions this season with 9. Followed closely by Hudson, who beats. Nobody's been able to break the deadlock today so far. Spence wants it back. Might she do so here? Spence picks a good pass, and Bedford get the breakthrough right before half-time. Amy Magnus, right on cue. The Bedford top goal scorer gets the goal. It's a lovely assist as well from Jasmine Spence, and Bedford are ahead 1-0. Surely no time now for Derby to get themselves back level. They'll have to take that as a reset point going into half-time. So 1-0 to Bedford is the score, despite the fact that that hasn't actually been changed on the scoreboard by the timekeeper at the moment. But there we are. Derby are actually going to hand in their timeout card here as well, and I think take that opportunity from this free kick to use their timeouts, which has on the clock begun and will now officially begin. So they've only got 4 seconds, but they'll look to get a shot away at goal at least. Let's see if they can get themselves back on level terms before half-time. And you'd hope now that with the two officials talking with the home team timekeeper, we'll get that sorted in the scoreboard. 1-0, of course, to Bedford after the Amy Magnus goal. Hope that that would be changed, but it still stays 0-0 for the time being. It's definitely 1-0 to Bedford. Amy Magnus with the opening goal just a minute ago. Great assist as well, wasn't it, from Spence, who just faked to shoot, and that really sold the goalkeeper and defender, who was sliding in again with the ball roll away from the initial pressure. On a plate, wasn't it, for Magnus, who did the rest with the finish high into the roof of the net. That's the difference between the teams so far. sorry, 4.8 second to be precise here with this free kick. Brennan takes the header away, and it runs all the way back through, and there's the buzzer for half-time. So that draws to a close this first half then. 1-0 to Bedford is the half-time score. The only goal coming via Amy Magnus and her strike just before the midway points. Derby have certainly had opportunities in this one. They created a number of good chances. Olivia Fox has had a few efforts on goal. Beaver in the Bedford net has made a few good saves, but at half-time ultimately it's Magnus's strike that is the difference. So 1-0 to Bedford, the half-time score. Don't go anywhere as the second half is coming up shortly. Welcome back then to the University of Bedfordshire for the second half of this one between Bedford and Derby. It's currently 1-0 to Bedford at half-time, having got the breakthrough goal just before the midway point. Amy Magnus, the scorer of that goal. And Bedford are ahead. We'll be hoping to start the second half exactly how they finished the first. And I'm pleased to say that we've sorted the scoreboard error out with the timekeeper on the far side, and Bedford have their goal added to that. So 20 minutes of playing action left to bring to you here live on the National Futsal Series YouTube channel today. We are back underway with Derby this time playing from left to right in the second period, and Bedford attacking the goal to the left. Will Spence, who got that assist for the goal just before the midway point. Provider there trying to turn scorer, but into the side netting, and Forrester will resume. What's a loose touch, and Bedford are in again here, and Bedford have doubled their lead. And it's Magnus again. It's 2 goals either side of half-time for her. Bedford 2 goals to the good. Well, pouncing upon the mistake was Magnus. And the Griffins' top goal scorer has herself a brace already today. The task in hand now for Derby has just become doubly difficult. What's another chance, and it's just wide that time. Jasmine Spence with the opportunity in front of goal, 8 metres out maybe. Plenty of power in the shot, but just not quite the direction. Challenge that time to disrupt any progress. Testing. Kick in there taken all the way across as Derby look for a route back into this contest. 1-0 down at half-time, 2-0 down now. Remember, unbeaten this season in all competitions, this Derby women's team. Losing here today, and at the hands of the Tier 2 South League leaders Bedford, who are in again here. Good stop though from Forrester. It's still there at the second time of asking, and Amy Magnus has herself a hat-trick. Well, if you're going to give her 2 opportunities, she's not going to pass up on both of them. And ultimately it was the second which found the back of the net, and that's number 3 for Magnus today. And Bedford might be now on their way to topping this group. Fall behind on goal difference they were ahead of play today. But Derby had scored far more goals, so they needed a 5-goal swing. At the moment, getting themselves a 6-goal swing with a 3-0 lead here. So as it stands, Bedford top the group. 3-0 the score. And Amy Magnus has all 3 of them. And Bedford very much have their tails up now. Whatever was said at half-time by boss Carl Tappan, well, it certainly worked for Bedford because they've started the second half perfectly. 2 goals in 2 minutes since the restart. Spence away from Brennan. to Hudson. Here's Spence again. It's not far wide at all, just drilled to that second post area. Brilliant shot. Really wasn't far away, just a whisker wide of that far post. Derby looking to make inroads into the Bedford defence, and it's a good stop from Beaver. And palms it behind. Derby corner though. Brennan. Nice interchange, give and go play as the goalkeeper pounces upon the ball. Good goalkeeping again by Beaver, but distribution wasn't the best, and Derby with the opportunity as well. Better response to conceding from the visitors. Didn't have much time to respond in the first half when they conceded. What a goal! It's a brilliant strike on the turn by Hudson, and Bedford have themselves four. Brooke Hudson adds her name to the score sheets to go alongside Magnus's 3. And Bedford very much in dreamland here. They're 4 goals to the good and on their way to topping the group. Out of nothing that one was. Really made the shooting opportunity herself, Hudson. Excellent connection, brilliant goal. Bedford are 4-0 up. Who would have thought that? A minute or two before half-time when we were locked at the stalemate of 0-0. I mentioned that sometimes the goals come in quick succession. They certainly have at the start of this second half. It's 2 goals in 2 minutes, now it's 3 and 3. Derby, who used a very late timeout in the first half. I just wonder whether there was another opportunity there, and it's a really good quality chance again for Jasmine Spence. I just wonder whether Derby will consider using a timeout so early on in this second half, because they're really under the cosh. Good tackle, Bedford corner. Trying to play the block, it's blocked though in the end on route through. There was no route through, here's Brennan. Now to play again for the Bedford kick-in, but they're going to change the quartet here, Bedford, and what a job they have done at the start of this second half with the strongest 4 on court. They've done their job to perfection. Off now to get themselves a well-earned rest. Sending it long. Keeper's ball. And it goes again, this time from Beaver. Forrester out to meet that. Forwards again, looking for Magnus. Can't tap in. The Bedford head coach must be absolutely delighted with what he's seen from his team either side of half-time. Tier 1 player himself now, of course, with Maidenhead United. Can't tap it. Taking charge of this hugely successful at the moment, Bedford women's team. Chance though for Derby, and goal for Derby. They're back in it. It's put in on the line by Macy White, who gets the final touch. It's 4-1. The visitors have got one back. They'll feel they deserve it. It's a good response after the horrendous start to the second half for them. 4-1 now. Referee there, I think, was checking on the welfare of Alana Cunningham. Okay to continue. Armed away by Forrester. Slightly short for Cunningham, who just really left with little option there from the initial taking of the kicking back to her. Henson. On the turn there is Magnus. We'll see that one behind. Brennan, but no way past Mumford. There'll be a corner though, as Mumford got the final touch. Hasn't enjoyed the success today, Ella Brennan, that she has in so many games this campaign. Still time for her to make an impact though. That's a brilliant turn as well. Really sparking that moment of magic right on cue there, Ella Brennan. Good turn, but the shot was blocked. To shoot straight away with the left that time. Just closing off the space there by going so close to the set piece taker. Bedford now playing with a greater sense of freedom. 4-1 up, but they might just have had the seeds of doubt planted in their minds with the latest goal going Derby's way. Still have themselves a 3-goal cushion though. They'll be very happy with the situation that they find themselves in. The challenge from the Derby scorer White, but Cunningham didn't get that one right. Played 5 minutes of this second half and plenty of goals since half-time. Just 1-0 it was at half-time, remember. 4-1 to Bedford is now the current scoreline. Cunningham. Down deck, quickly just back to her feet. Brennan again trying to swivel and turn away from the pressure, but Bedford have the ball back. Cunningham is in the way of that pass. No interceptions ended up for the kick in. Just ensuring that the 5 metres are afforded to the Bedford taker. Again, it's left on the line for the second Bedford player to come in and take that one. Wouldn't count, of course, should it directly go into the back of the net, but only needs a deflection or a little touch en route through for it to count as a goal. Loose pass, good chance, good save. Not the most difficult though. Really either side of the goalkeeper, but it was a pair ball from Derby and giving the chance straight to the opposition, and Bedford have been presented many an opportunity like that. Fran Henson that time just couldn't quite get the direction that she wanted behind the shot, but then it was sloppy from Derby in their own third, and something that we're not really used to seeing from them. Usually tidy in possession, or at least, if not able to keep the ball, giving it away directly to the opposition. They might lose it like that. That's perhaps more familiar in the way that we see these two teams play, but giving away the ball in their own third directly to an opposition player and then conceding a big chance like that is really problematic. Out of play, loose one from Bedford that time. Kept in by Megan Reid. Derby working this nicely. Forced wide right, still there for Cullen. And the last touch coming off Rachel Mumford before it goes out for the corner. Really close in there, wasn't she, Ellis Cullen, but the clocks range header denied by the defender back on the line. Corner ball then, swept goal bound. The Bedford ball. Last touch off Hannah Barber. Nice set back by Hudson, who we saw score that screamer earlier. In the first half that Bedford were trying to play into the feet of Brooke Hudson as a pivot. Derby very nearly get some fortune there from the high press onto the Bedford back line. Again, time to force the error at the back of the court that time by way of winning the ball back off the home team. Some fouls in this second half, which is perhaps surprising given how much has happened since half time, but no fouls. Into Hudson on the turn again, allowed to turn. And that time it was just wayward of the target, but again, showing what she's about there, Brooke Hudson, with the ball into her feet. Always reference the heartbeat pivot Jade Grove by way of example of how to play the pivot role in the Women's National Futsal Series, and Hudson isn't dissimilar. Brett Garland to Hudson again. Those two linking up once more. Bedford beginning to get more success still from playing into the pivot. I just wonder how long they can leave Hudson on here, because she can stay on court for the next 5 or so minutes, then they'll continue to get success from that. It's a balancing act though between the fatigue element as well that obviously comes into play. As players are on court for a longer amount of time, but the quality that they're bringing on courts. Hudson might be free here. She was the intended target for the pass. It was the right option in playing the pass across the face of goal, but maybe just caught on her heels that time, Hudson. Agonisingly, from Bedford's perspective at least, run away from her. Really had their 4-goal lead back there, Bedford. Still 3 to the good, and I think at 3 goals up, still feel comfortable. Derby get the game's next goal, back to 4-2, given the fact they were 4-0 down as well, and it's been brought back to 4-2 if they do that. At that stage, the picture starts to change, and the game will start to feel a little bit different. Next goal could be big. And Bedford get it! And it's Hudson again sweeping the ball home from close range that time. Not as spectacular as her first, but she won't mind at all about that. And just as I was highlighting the importance of the game's 6th goal, it goes the way of the home team. 5-1. Magnus with 3 of those. Brooke Hudson with the other 2. Bedford indeed are 4 goals back up. 5-1 the scoreline now as the timeout is called by the Derby bench. Bedford 5-1 up. Again, just too much space though, wasn't it really, for Bedford to exploit in the Derby half of the court. This will be a very pleasing timeout minute now for Carl Tappin and his Bedford team. So that timeout minute now complete. And 2 sets of players will return back out onto the court. So Derby restart them with that centre kick after conceding. Ball straight away again and across the face of goal, but nobody there in red and black. Strong restart to these proceedings after that timeout. There for Bedford, who I'm sure will have just been told that they need to maintain the standards. Yes, they're playing so well at the moment, but it has to be maintained right until the final buzzer. Really, from what we've seen so far, there's no reason to suggest that that will change. Good press again there for Bedford, and Jasmine Spence continuing to work hard in that regard. Last touch there off Barber, just takes the ball over the line. Apologies for the loss of the scoreboard graphic at the moment. It is 5-1 to Bedford. 11 minutes and 16 seconds left to play of the game. Derby with very much an uphill mountain to climb now, and it might become even tougher for them as they give the ball away in their own half a game. But it's a loose pass that time from Spence, who was just knocked off balance in fairness as she tried to offload to the right. Derby changing 3 of the 4 players there as they get back to the action with that kicking. Challenge, full-blooded, but won the ball, and it was timed well too. Had to beat from Smithhurst. Brennan on the attack there for Derby, but taking a heavy touch and through to Beaver. Magnus. I think that one was probably going behind anyway, or might have just been touching the outside of the post, but the goalkeeper taking no chances. It will therefore be a corner. into a central area, but Derby now might have the opportunity to break away. Brennan, good ball, back across from right to left, but it wasn't collected by Cullen. I think there will be a rolling foul here added to the count for the advantage which the referee tried to play as Derby were breaking forward. So the first foul of this second half goes against Bedford. With the advantage played there, but it was a Bedford restart. Back to the game now, the ball back in play. Derby winning it back. Brennan goes to ground, but no foul given. Didn't look a foul. Derby, though, do get the ball back, and again Brennan ends up down on the deck, but clean challenge. 9 minutes and 59 seconds to be precise left to play. We're into the final quarter. And 5-1 is the score. Bedford here ahead by 4 goals. Goalkeeper, it's spilled by the opposite shot stopper. Beaver just getting away with that. 3v2 here for Bedford, but Derby do well to get bodies back behind the ball and ensure that it didn't amount to anything. Again, the long range shot was speculative. Clearance for Forrester to take. Derby just need a spark from somewhere to reignite the engine here. At the moment it's very comfortable for Bedford. They're playing this game to their terms and exactly how they want it played. Will be a corner. I wonder whether it might be a set piece that could prove to be the route to goal for Derby if they are to score again and ask more questions of this Bedford defence. Set pieces can certainly allow you to do that. Good block though from Hudson, who was well positioned and in the way. Brennan getting it wrong. It'll be a Derby ball though, as it last came off the Bedford defender. Hudson and Brennan in battle. The latter's done well. There's a shin pad or the like that's gone flying on the far side of the court. I think it's just being placed back in there by Smithhurst. And it will be a free kick here then for Derby as Bedford move on to 2 second half fouls. Still 5-1. Final 9 playing minutes now. Could be a Derby ball. It will be. Goalkeeper was going to be able to get to that, but it was just taken out of the hands of Beaver by Reed. Safety first defending and putting the ball out of play and ensuring that nothing amounted in front of goal. And it's a good block by Hudson, but if Derby are being restricted to shots from that sort of distance, then Bedford will be pleased about that. Brennan sees the ball run away again. Not been her day today. Gets ahead to it. Foul given, I think, for the challenge there. It was initially going to be awarded as a kick in for Bedford, but it would instead here be the Derby free kick, which moves Bedford onto 3 fouls. Just need to be careful that that doesn't creep up and become a bigger factor in proceedings. Brennan straight into the 2-player wall. It's hooked away by Hudson. So moving to the final 8 minutes. Still 5-1 to Bedford. Brennan's pass just seemed to run under the foot of teammate to the right, Smithhurst. Both teams there asking for the decision, and goes Bedford's way. Out again for take 2 on this kick-in. Moving ball on the line, it looked like, but referee lenient. They left on the line that time and across to the back post area, but nobody there. Just a little bit more chemistry between the on-court players there. If that sort of routine is going to be played, but Bedford definitely trying to be innovative from set pieces. As Zorb, Derby have given it away again. It's led to another goal, and it's Amy Magnus with her 4th, and Bedford 6th. It's another disastrous catastrophe at the back there for Derby, and Magnus on hand to make them pay again. 6-1. Trying to work the opportunity to advance again, and the referee once more, as we saw in the first half, has taken it upon himself there to take control of the situation and award the foul on the far side of the court, whereas the near side official thought otherwise. A little bit of a disagreement perhaps between the match officials, but once the whistle's blown, it's not going to be overturned. And it's first official Reese Casey on the far side who has given that call. Free kick, but from such a cute angle, it would have been something spectacular had that found the nets. Taking that kick in, gets it back. Forward again here, looking for Alana Cunningham. Gets a second bite at it, but it's a good clearance off the line by the defender who was back there behind the goalkeeper. Emma Gladman read the situation really well, anticipated what was coming next, got back behind the goalkeeper and was able to make the all-important clearance away. Going for the toe-poked effort there. Can sometimes be effective, but not on that occasion. Corner taken back down the line as they tried to work the three in the line there. I think Bedford again just goes to highlight my point about them trying to work pre-plan set pieces there, but it just not quite coming off. Certainly tried things though that they practiced on the training ground or from the playbook, haven't they, Bedford? That time just not quite coming to fruition. Another turn in the sliding tackle, look to foul. The referee has, I think, in the end given the free kick, or at least it should be a free kick, as the initial challenge was outside the penalty area. There's a shin pad lost again. Again, there was a delay in awarding that. I just wonder whether it's going to be given as a penalty kick here, is it? Looks like it. I wonder whether it was for the second challenge rather than the first. For me, the first challenge was just outside the penalty area. Of course, today we don't have the benefit of replays, but it will be a penalty, as you can see quite clearly by the referees who have pointed for that. I'd love to see it back. Unfortunately, we only get the one view of it, the same as the match officials. So spot kick then to be taken by Emily Wall, one of the lesser involved players in the game today for Bedford, but Wall steps up here and steps up to the responsibility to score against the substitute Derby goalkeeper as well, who was on in an attempt to save it. But Pritchie Watson wasn't able to keep it out, and Bedford add themselves another. 7-1 now, and Emily Wall scoring from the spot. Derby goalkeeper, I beg your pardon, is Jodie Hill, who is on here. Looks as though she's going to try and play fly goalkeeper as well, but a bit of an orthodox style here. It's not really a routine setup of the 5v4 system, but needs must now for Derby because they're 6 goals behind. And they're losing out on top spots in this League Cup group. Bedford progressing again. Corner. 5 minutes and 18 seconds left of this one. Bedford 7-1 up after that latest goal from the penalty spot. Derby must be wondering where exactly this has gone wrong for them today. I think the answer probably lies in the goal just before half-time, but I wouldn't have expected it to end up this one-sided. As mentioned right from the outset, both these teams are used to winning. Sometimes make for a really interesting game. It has done here today. Jodie Hill again there, you can see forward into the attacking half. Bedford though continuing to press. Here's Hill. Might get a second opportunity here. Hill, it's across the face of goal, and it wasn't a bad ball across either. Did well actually the Derby fly goalkeeper. Initially she was brought on in an attempt to just save the penalty, as we sometimes see with backup goalkeepers in the sport, given the specific role of being brought on to save a penalty like that, but she has stayed on court to play the fly role. Could take that free kick into the feet of the 15 Henson. There's Cullen now then, Brennan. I'm often in search of Cullen. It's all gone Bedford's way, bar that one Derby goal when Macy White got the final touch right on the goal line. Bedford haven't really had too much to worry about, as that's a wayward pass from Hill. And again, one which Bedford have no concern over. Brennan, the block. This is going to be Derby's first defeat of the season. Did draw with Bootham back on match day 2, but bar that, they've been perfect in all games played this season. It hasn't been perfect today. Bedford getting revenge for the reverse game earlier in the campaign, in which Derby won 8-5. Cullen. Cunningham back to Cullen. Spence just stretching for it, wasn't able to control. Bedford do still have their second half timeout. We didn't see them use one in the first half either, and to be honest, much reason for them to. In the second half, even less reason for them to, I think. In the way in which the game has gone, Derby on the other hand have used both their timeout cards, both the first and second halves. Nice ball through again, rounded the goalkeeper, good challenge, and the goalkeeper's going to get back to it. But that really has to go down as an excellent piece of defending from Cullen, who came to a goalkeeper and her team's rescue there. Not for all the world as though Bedford were going to add themselves another. Really good defending from Ellis Cullen. Spence. Bredgar. Be a corner unless it's kept in play, which it is. That was a little bit of a blind pass. 4 to be taken off here for Bedford, with fresh legs returning to court. That time as Hill was making her way forwards. Direct shot on goal, which wouldn't have counted anyway. Just under 2.5 minutes to play now, still 7-1. As Hill misplaces a pass again. Return from Hudson, an option to the right as well, which she looked to use. Seemed a foul for the push there by Brennan, but I think Brennan's going to actually get the foul in the end, which granted was the foul as well, but on first viewing it looked as though there was maybe a bit of a push on Rachel Mumford first, but he was happy with the initial contact, not the second, and in fairness, no complaints there from Mumford either. Backtracking again as Bedford tried to find the empty nets. Cullen sees it back through to Hill. Closing 2 minutes. And then this Bedford victory will here be confirmed. He ended up in the back of the net there with the wicked deflection. The block really as it was. Could have ended up anywhere if it wasn't far away from finding the net. Cunningham. That wasn't far wide either. Reed there with her toe in to try to win it back. Derby, though, have it back now. Ball's going long, but nobody there in black and white. Given for the challenge, and I think the yellow card is going to be out of the pocket of the referee as well here for that one. Jess Smith-Hurst is going to be the first player cautioned, and just a sign of the frustration. Understandable frustration, but getting the better there maybe of Smith-Hurst, who is indeed shown yellow. And Magnus was sent into a bit of a spin. Back up to her feet, and is going to leave the taking of this set piece instead for teammate Emma Gladman. Seems as though she's the obvious option to stand behind the ball and strike. Anyway, Gladman does. Just rising a little bit too much there. It was always on its way up. Into the final minute as there's another long-range shot. Just a reminder that Derby came into this game knowing that they could afford to lose by 2 goals and still top the group, but it hasn't turned out that way for them. 6 goals down here, and Bedford have got the job done. That period, wasn't it, really? 3 goals in 3 minutes, the start of the second half, that really set the tone for the rest of the game. Took Bedford 4-0 up, didn't it, at that stage, after the first goal in the final minute of the first half. And those goals either side of half-time, it's that spell in the game that really has made things too difficult for Derby to restore. Brennan sees it blocked, and it just goes to emphasise the quality of defending that we've seen from Bedford today. Hasn't all been about the attacking display. The goalkeeper's gone for it, and it's just a whisker wide. Laura Beaver very nearly getting in on the goal-scoring act as well, which should have just been the icing on top of the cake there for Bedford. Final few seconds, and it will be glum faces for Derby. Static expressions for Bedford. Goalkeeper can just hold on to the ball for the remaining 3 seconds, and there is the buzzer. Full time then, and Bedford have got the job done, and not only picked up the 3 points today, but have also topped the group as well in this National Futsal Series Women's League Cup group. They finished top of Group B. The Griffins earn the right to move on to the next stage of the competition as league group winners as well. 7-1 the final score here today, as Bedford really ran away with it in that second half, didn't they? Those goals just after half-time to go with the first just before the midway point, and it was too difficult an ask and too tough a task for Derby to get back into the game. Bedford there coming across to show their appreciation for the home support as well, to applaud their team off. Bedford 7-1 winners. Congratulations to them. Commiserations to Derby, who here have to bounce back from defeat, their first defeat of this Women's National Futsal Series campaign. I'm sure they will bounce back, but today is a tough one to take for them. There's the final score. It's finished here at the University of Bedfordshire, and it's finished in favour of Bedford. Full time, Bedford ladies 7, Derby women 1.